Payton Pritchard told us at Celtics practice today that he likes to go at Jaylen Brown more than anybody else.
I really like going at JB, JT too. But I mean, I also get to go against two Olympian guards too, and Drew and Derek. So for me, my development is it's awesome because I get to go against the best every day. So I don't know what my future will hold just because of what I get to go against and craft myself through that by failing over and over and then getting better for that.
I actually asked him at practice. I said, "Is there anybody on this Celtics roster that you enjoy competing against the most? Maybe brings the most out of you, and vice versa?" And he said, "I really like going at JB." And then he went into the whole conversation, or I guess through the whole starting lineup. Really said JT, Drew Holiday, and Derek White. And the reason he gave, I think, is a good indicator of what makes Peyton Pritchard such a special player and such a unique player in a league where obviously everyone's competitive. But you look at Peyton Pritchard, and he's never going to be the most athletic guy on the court. He's never going to be the tallest guy on the court. And nowadays in the NBA, he's probably not even the most talented. But being able to work as hard as he does puts him in a position to succeed. He said, "I don't know what my future will hold just because of what I get to go against and to craft myself through that by failing over and over and then getting better for that." Basically saying, like, these guys are better than me and I get to compete against them at practice. And so that in turn makes me a better basketball player. And I mean, that just falls in line with everything we've seen about Peyton Pritchard over the years. Like, he's just a competitor, and it's fun to hear that like come out, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like the thing that we were talking about in regards to Pritchard this summer is he is so competitive, so basketball driven that there's no question that he's going to come back and get better. That's all. This is all he does. This is the celebration. This is what I do. This is him. This is all he's got is basketball. He's got a lovely wife now too, but this is his passion and there's no doubt that he is putting in the work. Every single year it feels like he gets a little bit better. Even after the 2022-23 season where Pritchard comes back after not even playing behind Brogdon the whole year. They've got a surplus of point guards. Last year, he finds a way into the rotation, plays well, has good moments in the playoffs. And all of that is because of the hard work he puts in. And this is just another example of it. The video of him playing against Jaylen in practice. Sure, it's not going to be easy to score on a guy that's got a couple inches on you and is a freak athlete. It's not like you can use your size to beat Jaylen Brown and blow past him because you just kind of can't. He's got all of the mobility of a regular 6'3" point guard that is an athlete, but he's 6'6" and he is a freak. There's no question that that's good work for Peyton Pritchard. Of course, that's what you want from him.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I asked Pritchard about the JB 1v1. Shout out Richie LeMay, by the way. Richie LeMay is a CLNS videographer, and he posted a video that said basically, JB locking up Peyton Pritchard. And Pritchard saw the video that said JB locking up Peyton Pritchard and wasn't too pleased about it. He said, "I saw a video that said, I was getting locked up. It was more 50-50, so I guess they didn't catch the ones where I was scoring," basically calling it out. And I was in the scrum, and Richie was standing next to me. And after Pritchard left, we all just looked at him, and he started dying laughing. But from what we saw, Pritchard was getting buckets, man. When we walked down there, he was making some threes over JB. For context, not that it matters that much, but I'm pretty sure it was just JB on defense, Pritchard on offense. Like, they didn't switch up. I think it was just JB practicing his defense and Pritchard practicing scoring over taller defenders. But Pritchard's a beast, man. Like, there is no denying the talent, right? You can see it every night. The way he played in the preseason in Abu Dhabi, he was killing it. Like, that first game, he was on fire, didn't miss. We've seen that from him before. And I said it then. I don't think there's any reason he shouldn't be a 6-man of the year candidate, right? Like if he gets the touches, if he gets the playing time, if he is allowed to create at the level that he creates at in practice and in summer league and in preseason, like, he should be. I think he can average 15 points a game. I think he can average the same, if not better, stats that Brogdon averaged when he won 6th of the man of the year. The question is, will he have the narratives? The question is, will he have the same, like, obviously Brogdon joined the team and everyone's like, "Oh, look at Brogdon. He's coming off the bench now. Like, he's sacrificing and he made this impact on such a good team." Pritchard might not have that. He is good enough to win 6-man of the year. He is good enough to start, in my opinion, on a lot of teams. I think he's a lot better than people realize. And that's even with the city of Boston loving Payton Pritchard.
Yeah. He clearly is just ready for the moment. And could he win 6 man of the year? if he's given the opportunity, seems like it. The preseason so far has been a prime example of that. You can even go back to last season where he was averaging, I think, just under 16 points a game. This year, he scored, I think, 18 and then 14 or whatever through 2 games. So he's right on the same track. When he actually has the ability, the space to be the ball handler, he is so comfortable doing that. The best thing about him is we're seeing him learn how to shapeshift. He's learning how to play off the ball and be a catch and shoot guy. That's really the way he was used in the playoffs, and he made some big ones. If he's able to keep that going this year and also be ready when he is given the responsibilities of being a creator, which it feels like he's going to after the first preseason game, he kind of talked about the work that he put in over the summer. And he was like, listen, I went in, I put in the work. I wanted to make sure my offensive game was extremely well rounded. I worked on mid range. I worked on shooting threes off the dribble. I worked on making the standstill threes. I'm going to be ready. He worked on finishing through tough defenders, taller defenders. He also said he worked on taking charges. He wants to be able to defend at a high level, even though he's 6'2, 6'3, and he doesn't quite have the size that a lot of guys in the NBA do have that are good defenders that can switch on to bigger players. He's going to have to do the gritty things that people don't want to do, like take charges, and he understands that. So I think we might be primed for a little bit of a step up from Payton Pritchard this year. It's kind of a strange thing to throw out there and an expectation to put on him, but all of the things we've seen in the preseason, all of the things we've heard him say, he seems locked in, he seems confident, and he's ready to go.
Who do you think is the most entertaining person? Like, if you had to watch Pritchard go up against somebody in practice, who would be the most entertaining? Do you think it would just be JB?
Joe Mazzulla. That's actually always the answer to every who would you like to see defend any player on the Celtics? It's Joe. But if you want to talk about guys that are
No.
actually
Stay there for a sec. Who
Okay.
do you think he could lock up Payton Pritchard? Or do you think Pritchard would cook him?
I think all of these guys would cook Joe, unfortunately.
Mm.
One, Joe probably hasn't had to guard anybody that plays at quite the level that all of these guys play, at least
Defender,
not
though.
like a decade.
He was a defense guy in college.
Yeah, college for Joe Mazzulla is when John Wall was in college.
And he locked up John Wall. He did.
That would be great. Maybe you should ask him, because I don't have I don't have no rapport with Joe Mazzulla yet to ask him. I want, like, on one hand, show me how many guys you can defend on this team. Imagine if he's like, I'll lock all of them up. It doesn't matter.
He would. I bet he'd say that. No, but I guess seriously, I feel like watching JB and Payton Pritchard go at it would be very fun. We caught a glimpse of it at practice the other day. Obviously, we don't get to see the whole thing, but they were fighting. You saw the videos on CLNS. You saw everything that came out about it. And those two were fighting, and it's fun to see them. He mentioned JT, he mentioned Drew, he mentioned Derek White, and I think all those guys would be good, but just it feels like not that Tatum, Derek White, and Drew Holiday don't care, but just the way that Pritchard and JB sort of let their passion like come out when they're on the court. That feels like it would be a fun head-to-head to watch unfold. You know what I'm saying, though, right? You know what I'm saying, though, like the way they express it.
We should get to every year at training camp. There should be a Celtics King of the Court that's like live streamed or something. Or like if they ever have an open practice again, I know they did it one year, the year that Kyrie was like, I'm going to stay. I think that's like the one time they did it.
Yeah.
If they did that again, that would be sick to have them just play King of the Court.
It would be fun. Anyways, let us know who you guys think would be the most fun to watch Pritchard go against. Let us know what you think of his quote on JB, all that good stuff, the 1v1, everything going on. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like. Subscribe to How About Them Celtics. Let us know what you think of the new editing. I'm going to try it again on this video, and I'll let Sam take it out.
Hey, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, comment. Tell us what you think of the new editing. Tell us what you think of Payton Pritchard. Tell us if you actually believe that it was 50-50 between him and JB. Make sure you hit the bell, too. Jack and I are here every single morning with new content. Full pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, so there's one tomorrow morning. There's game recaps after every single Celtics game, which will be coming with the new pod, and also on Monday morning, because back-to-backs in the preseason. Who doesn't love that? Then we have other videos in between like this one to keep you busy. You can find us on Spotify and Apple, too. All pods and recaps are there. If you follow, they'll go right to your feed. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very much. you can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. That's the address. Send your thoughts. We love to hear from you guys. We do read those emails every single pod, so get them in. You can be part of the show. You can find us on socials at How About Them Steez for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's just the name of the pod. All streams there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's Jackson1NBA. Mine is at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us. Bye.
Tic-tac-toe.